I really need a haircut.
Gotten Gola.
Hey everyone, so Endgame, Avengers Endgame has been out for almost a month now and it has made $2.6 billion, which is insane. And I mean, great for Disney. Yeah, give them more money. But no, on a serious note, I loved Endgame. I thought it was really good. I still have only seen it once, but I can't stop thinking about it. It's definitely the more satisfying ending to a storyline than a certain other TV show. Yeah. But anyway, today I'm going to be talking about Endgame, more specifically, my top 10 favorite moments in Avengers Endgame. Number 10, Ant-Man returns from the quantum realm. Ant-Man returns from the quantum realm, when Ant-Man returns from the quantum realm, I will admit the fact that a rat basically saved everyone by bringing Ant-Man back was a little dumb, but then I really liked all of Ant-Man Scott Lang scenes when he's back on Earth, and the Ken Jeong cameo is kind of cool, and I really liked how he basically sees his own name on the memorial, and then he sees his daughter Cassie 5 years later. That was really surprising. I wasn't sure whether or not she got dusted, but then when we saw her, I was like, oh my gosh, that's kind of dark actually. This moment really impacted me, and it really did a good job of showing us just how broken uh, the Earth has become, and presumably other planets as well, and just how defeated these people are. I thought that Ant-Man coming back from the quantum realm was really emotionally effective, and him seeing his daughter 5 years later was pretty powerful to me. So at number nine, Thor cuts off Thanos' head when all the remaining Avengers, decide to go to where Thanos is, and they confront him about the stones, and Thor cuts off Thanos' head. I thought that that was really surprising because I genuinely wasn't expecting them to be able to defeat Thanos so quickly, or it seemed like they defeated Thanos so quickly. I wasn't expecting Thanos to have destroyed the stones, and neither was I expecting Thor to cut off Thanos' head. People in my theater laughed when Thor said I went for the head, and I personally I don't think it was that funny. I actually think it was more of a tragic line because I think that that was Thor basically vocally but indirectly saying that he should have done that the first time, basically going for the head. And I thought it was a really powerful moment, and I don't know if you found the line funny, I guess whatever, but personally I didn't. I had many predictions, many theories for this movie. I really tried not to form that many theories, but I just couldn't help it. One of the theories that I had was that I predicted that the movie would begin with Hawkeye's family turning to dust. And then the movie had opened exactly the way I predicted. Hawkeye's family turned to dust. That was a really great scene, and you could just see on Jeremy Renner's face the look of just confusion and then eventually horror. I really liked the way that the movie opened. If it had opened any other way, that would have not been good at all. Also, I don't like though how right after this it cuts to the Marvel logo and this like kind of cheery music playing. But it's that's really just a nitpick for me. Thor: The Dark World is one of the weaker movies in the MCU, to say the least. It's not as bad as like other comic book movies, but it is still bad. But I really liked though how this movie addressed the events of Thor: The Dark World. At first when uh, Thor was talking about the ether and all that, I was a bit worried. I was like, oh no, they're really bringing up the events of Thor: The Dark World, but how they handled it, I was okay with that. I really liked when Thor saw his mom one last time. He got to say a proper goodbye, and also how he reached out and he was still worthy of Mjolnir. I thought that that was really cool. And speaking of Mjolnir, this isn't in my top 10 moments. Spoiler alert, because unfortunately it was spoiled for me. The one thing that was spoiled for me ahead of time via the stupid internet was Cap picking up Mjolnir. I saw that somewhere and I was like, no. I was actually kind of hoping it would be a fake spoiler, but then when it happened, like everyone in the audience was like so shocked and cheered, and I was just like, it's cool, but I already knew that was gonna happen, so it's not in my top 10. It is still pretty cool though, but I really liked when Thor, what in the events of Thor, going back to 2013 Asgard, um, he was able to uh, still worthy of Mjolnir, and he was able to say goodbye to his mom. Steve fighting his past self, that was such a fun moment. I also really liked how the elevator homage to the Winter Soldier, but except it's in actually in 2012 New York. And I like how Steve says Hail Hydra, and that's how he gets the Tesseract, and then he has to fight his past self, and his past self is like, I can do this all day. Yeah, I know. And and also that is America. That is America's ass. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I never really was a fan of Nebula ever. I mean, she wasn't that she didn't really impress me at all in either the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and even in Infinity War. But thanks to Endgame, I actually really like Nebula. Nebula has really grown on me as a character. Her arc, concluding with her having to kill literally her past self, that was really well done. And yeah, I just really liked Nebula in this movie. Tony talking with his dad in the past in 1970s was really emotionally powerful. But really quick though, I really liked how the Michael Douglas cameo from 1970. But yeah, Tony talking with his dad, and just like with Thor getting closure with his mom, Tony getting some closure with his dad. I really liked that a lot, and yeah, I thought that Robert Downey Jr. and John Slattery did a really good job in that scene. When we heard Falcon's voice, Cap, it's Sam. Do you hear me? On your left, and then the portals appeared. Everyone in the theater, including me, went absolutely nuts. That was just so cool. The fact that Cap is about to go against Thanos' entire army with a broken shield on his own, but then all the remaining Avengers appear and more. That was just so cool, and that entire final third act in general is just amazing. Like the issues I have with Endgame are mostly in the first two thirds of the movie. In the last third, though, it's just so good. When Iron Man died, that was another prediction that I had. Like I predicted that Iron Man would die, but Steve would somehow still be alive. So when he grabbed all the stones and he snapped and he basically turned Theos and his army to dust, it's not like I was expecting it, but at the same time, I wasn't really surprised because I don't know. That was just that because I kind of had a feeling that like Iron Man, since he's the one who started it all, he had to die. It's usually the mentor character or the very first main character who has to die, but his death was handled really well. I do kind of wish that. I mean, don't I really liked where like Peter and Pepper Potts and Rhodes all say goodbye to Iron Man, but I wish that we also got the deleted scene where Iron Man sees his daughter grown up, played by Catherine Langford, aka Hannah Baker from 13 Reasons Why. I think that scene would have been cool, but I do understand why they cut it out. It would have been a bit confusing for some people, and it might have been overkill, but either way, I really liked how Tony Stark's death and funeral was handled. With Happy asking Tony's daughter what she wanted, and she was like cheeseburgers, and Happy was like, "Your dad liked cheeseburgers." I really like that a lot. But yeah, Iron Man's death and funeral was really emotionally powerful, and I really like how basically everyone except for Gamora was there. My favorite moment in Avengers Endgame has got to be Steve finally making his date, finally having that dance with Peggy, and him just living a happy life with her. That was the perfect way to end this movie. If this movie had ended just like with the opening. If it had ended any differently, I don't think I would have liked this movie much. I still probably would have liked it, but not love it. But I really loved the ending, and then with the end credits with the main Avengers with their signatures and all that. That was really really well done. I really Cap is definitely my favorite character in the MCU. I just really like how morally upstanding he tries to be, but I also and I do like the fact that he's willing to sacrifice himself, but at the same time, he's been through so much and he deserves a happy life, and I'm glad that he was able to get one. So yeah, those are my top 10 moments in Avengers Endgame. I really love this movie. I really want to see it again. And I just can't stop thinking about it. And what about you guys? What are your guys' favorite moments from Endgame? Let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.